Hey y'all, it's your girl. Long time no speak, okay? But you know everything is always in due time. So first I just want to start by saying happy Mother's Day to myself and all the mothers in all aspects around the world, baby. You are the one, okay? The one. You making all this go round. It wouldn't be no me without a mama. It wouldn't be no you without a mama. Shout out to Mama God. Shout out to Mother Earth, okay? Gratitude. So right now I am making me something to eat. And today I want to talk about my experience as a mother. So I'm going to dive right into it because I have been sitting on this conversation for so long. And part of me has been like trying to be careful with my words and what I say and how I say it, but now I'm just at a point where it's like you just gotta say what you gotta say. Like, stop trying to accommodate other people's, how they may feel about something, and just speak your piece. That's what I'm having to tell myself. So that's what I'm doing today. I'm speaking my piece. Oh, I ain't even tell y'all what I'm cooking. I'm making some cabbage, some fried cabbage and rice. That's what I taste for. That's what I'm eating. So let's just dive right into it, okay? If you a mama and the grandma got the baby, the mama is the baby, okay? She didn't say it exactly like that, but you know what I mean. So my parenting experience has been so unconventional in the sense of how most of the people around me are parents and their lifestyle and their setup and all that. Like, so my way is fairly new to myself and a lot of people that I'm close to. And I have embraced it. Like, in the beginning, I embraced it. These past 2 years, baby, have been, had hands, okay? These past 2 years have had hands, and I just want to thank God for perseverance and resilience to flow through this. And also I want to say that when it comes to them prayers, they're not going to be exactly what you expect them to be, okay? And that's just something that I have learned throughout this experience. So my son goes to school with his grandma and granddad. First he was going with his dad, and his dad moved. So, for the most part, he goes to school with his grandparents. And it is a blessing. It is an absolute blessing because he goes to a great school. He is stable. It's so many benefits. And initially in my decision for, letting him go to school there, I had to put my ego aside and say, this is what's best for him, like, right now. And yeah, it's been hard. It was a hard decision in the beginning, like actually saying, oh, okay, yes, I'm okay with my baby going to school. Granted, it wasn't even a thing of him going to school away from me. It was just a thing of accepting that I don't see my child every single day, and that's just not something that I am used to within myself, like my friends, my family. It's just something that's just not something that's normal. And I had to sit with myself and say, one of my prayers has always been to start new cycles and not repeat the same way of parenting as I have been parented. And this experience is that. It's correct. Ooh, this fell right on my pants. It's been exactly that. Like, I've always wanted a relationship like with my dad, my dad's side of the family. And to have my son's dad and his family like so active and supportive in his life, and even my family, they have a different approach from how I was raised, and for that I'm grateful. Like, I don't have any resentment or any of that towards my parents because I feel like they did their best. And I had to also consider when my son gets older and he's able to, you know, understand things better, he knows that we have done our best. And yeah, like that has allowed me to extend grace to my mom and my dad, and you know, like just not feeling a thing of, oh, I wish my mama was like this, or I wish my daddy was like this. So, you know, it's just like, it is what it is. That's been something that I've been growing through. But today it was just like, I don't know, not being around the person is the reason why I am a mother, or at least the main person, because I've raised my nieces and nephew, and I've been a mother long before I've had my own child. But it's just like, it just hit different. Like, it hits different. And the type of support that I receive is, again, so unheard of in the Black community that I like brought on this guilt of feeling like I'm not a good mama because I'm not around my baby every day. Like, it'd be like a flip. Sometimes I feel that way, and then sometimes I don't feel that way type shit. But for the most part, like, I had to really sit and say, okay, you can either be sad about this one day, this one man-made day, or you can reflect on all of the great things that have come about me being a parent and who my son is. That's the most important thing. Realizing who my son is at the core, the type of human that he is, how he treats himself, how he treats people, how he feels about himself, the way that he talks, the way that he prays, the way that he uses kind words, the way that he's just so eccentric in so many ways. Like, he's a really unique, special child, and him being healthy and happy and safe is so much more valuable than me considering, I'm saying everybody, you know, like, spend time with their kids and being embraced as a mother. I had to step out of that comparison because, again, when you in different spaces, comparison comes naturally. It's like you're not intentionally trying to compare yourself. You just looking at it like, dang, you know, my situation, I don't know, it just be like this natural comparison. That's the best way that I can put it. And yeah, I've been having to be real mindful of my attention, you know, and what I give energy to, because I realize, I'm like, girl, do you not know what kind of child you have? Baby, so much to be grateful for. So much to be grateful for. And going back to my prayers, like, I always just prayed to break generational curses and heal generational traumas around parenting, and not feeling like having this superhero complex as if I can do everything by myself, because I don't feel that way. Like, I am not a strong, independent Black woman. I emphasize that and I stand on it. But the con with that, in my experience, has been that with support comes so many other things that you may not consider at the moment. Like, with support comes people feeling that you are incapable because you need support or you need help. And I just got to sit and think, I'm like, how brave of me to outwardly express, or how brave of me to make such a decision that is so selfless in the sense of my child. Because a lot of people can't do that. And my decision has been solely ego aside. Like, I ain't think twice. And it's just so many contradictions in that decision. It's crazy because, and I use this phrase loosely when I say people think, because in all honesty, I don't care what people think, but it's about how people treat me. And I realized that some people feel that I just have all the freedom in the world, or I can do X, Y, Z, I just got it so easy, when life been kicking my ass, okay? I'm just able to persevere and show up continuously doing my best. That's it. Like, life has been kicking my ass, and I don't even say that in a bad way or whatever. I embrace it because that is what it is. Like, a lot of the things that I go through and have been through it's all a part of the plot. Like, I can't just embrace the good stuff. I gotta embrace the stuff that really challenges me, because those challenges, I've decided to make it my fuel, okay? I've decided to say, okay, I'm going through this, or I've been through this, but that's what it's all for, honestly. Like, that's what it's all for. And I realized that my reality, like the things that I've been through, have just honestly been a manifestation of my prayers. And for that, I am extremely, extremely grateful, because everybody ain't able. Everybody ain't able. And again, not to compare, but the things that I done been through, baby, some of the situations that I unknowingly or unintentionally compared to mine, we couldn't switch roles. Like, we just couldn't switch roles. I wouldn't want my life to be any other way through the things that have not been what I want them to be, no matter what it looked like. I don't want to have nothing that nobody else has. I don't want a life of no one else's. I'm grateful for my life. I'm grateful for everything that I done been through, because again, it has molded my mind into a masterpiece in the sense of how I approach life. Like, in times of uncertainty, like in times of stillness and quiet, I just find stuff to be grateful for. Like, it's so much to be grateful for. And the most underrated blessing, or the most underrated thing to be grateful for, is simply breath. To be able to breathe, to be able to just be, you know, like, it's so simple, it's so underrated. And that's why I don't complain. I do not complain at all. I be sad, okay? Like, I cry. I love to cry. But I don't stay stuck in it. You know, I don't feel hopeless ever. But at the same time, I'm not a hoper. I'm a knower. And that's just the way my face set up. Like, it's nothing in this world that I hope for, because I know that anything that is for me is already mine. And what I want wants me. And yeah, it ain't no reason for me to hope for nothing, because it's already done exactly as it's supposed to be. So yeah, I got my cabbage. We got green cabbage and a little purple cabbage in the cut. Nice little melody. I got some sweet peppers. And yeah, let's get this fried cabbage going. But I'm gonna keep talking too. But yeah, I just want to encourage a mama, whoever need to hear this. I don't know who needs to hear this. And y'all, I done cried so much trying to get this out. Like, or I ain't gonna say I done cried so much trying to get it out, but whenever I try to record or talk about this, I just cry, because I have hurt to the core so bad, because again, it is presumed that I'm supposed to have this ultimate freedom or peace because I don't do the day-to-day with my son. But what peace is there knowing that, how do I explain it? It's like a void where it's just a void not being around my child. And again, I understand the purpose in the season that we have had to go through. I completely understand, and I've accepted it. But still, at the same time, I'm a mother at heart. Like, I truly enjoy, that's my most, I just love being a mama in any aspect. I love being a mother. I love being a nurturer. I love just being in that element. And again, the reason why like we have this set up to where my son goes to school with his grandparents is because it's best for him, or it has been best for him for that time frame. And during that time, I have had to get things together for him. And I have to go back and keep telling myself, like, I always said that in the midst of all the changes and things that I go through myself, like my own shit, I would prefer my son to not be a part of that, you know, because that's not his, that's mine. The things I gotta learn, the things I have to go through, all that shit, like that's mine, that's not his. So it's such a blessing to be able to have that type of support. And baby, I just thank God every day, every single day, to even feel a level of comfort, but just having to experience something like that. Like, our village is one of a kind, and I always tell people, like, when it comes to my son and dad, I knew exactly who I was having a child by, quite frankly, in the sense of, not in a superficial sense, but in the sense of, because I didn't even really know my son's family like that. Like, when I got pregnant, or I didn't really know them like that. But most times, I believe that our hearts or our souls, everything happened for a reason. First and foremost, everything happened for a reason. No questions asked. I do not believe in coincidences. I do not think some stuff just by chance. No, everything happens for a reason. And before I even had my son, I always used to pray for just to do things differently from how I was raised. And this experience is completely different from how I was raised. I was raised by all women. And my granddad, he always was at work, but it was just like, I was raised by all women. And I have a younger brother, and my oldest brother, God rest his soul. I just knew that I didn't want to continue that thing. You know, like, I didn't want to be that woman that feels like she can do it all, and she just becomes like worn down by the weight of the world, the weight of being a parent. Because I believe being a parent is such a joy. You know, being a parent is such a privilege, it's such an honor. And I believe that everyone is supposed to enjoy that experience, you know? So it's just, it's not in my destiny to struggle in the sense of taking care of my child. That's how I feel. So I continuously thank God for my support. And yeah, I'm just grateful for the selfless act to choose my child over my ego. Any day, I would do it 10,000 times over if I had to. Even though, you know, ain't no thing of doing it over. It's just, I'm grateful for how everything has worked out thus far. And yeah, my son is in kindergarten right now. In first grade, he will be going to school with me. So that's exciting. Like, that's been my motivation. That's what I've been looking forward to. And it's so crazy because I've always said that I want to live in different places. And that's why, like, you see me, I'll be this place, I'll be that place, But I'm always in Chicago because this is where my son been at. But our home is now here in Dallas, and I'm so grateful for it. I'm grateful for the process. I'm grateful for the support above all else. I'm so grateful for the support and the people that love me and the people that get me. You know, even the people that don't get me, I'm still grateful for that too, because baby, it is what it is. Sometimes you just gotta, hey, it is what it is. But yeah. But also, like, when it comes to my parenting situation, I've understood how support sometimes can be seen as weak. Needing support can be seen as weakness. And again, I had to change my perspective and use that as fuel versus letting it like get me down, you know, like, or letting it hinder all the things that are, you know, like all the things that are beautiful, all the things that are part of this journey. So no regrets, baby. I have no regrets at all. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but it's always something to be grateful for. No matter what your situation may look like, it's always something to be grateful for. And the most underrated one is breath. So yeah, that's my piece. Like, I feel like I just let out like a big sigh in terms of what's been going on in my mind, like in a more brief way. But you know, and also speaking of like breaking generational curses and shit, I had to change my mind on that in the sense of I'm at the point where it ain't no point of breaking shit. It's more like creating new cycles, creating new habits, creating new ways to respond to adversity, creating new ways to respond to life. And with that, I started therapy last week. Last week was my first day of therapy. Woo! I wish therapy on all Black people. And although last week was my first day, I just look forward to that. Like, you know, I'm excited to see how. I'm just excited for the journey. You know, I don't have like a end goal per se. I just want to be better for my child and my children to come. You know, like I just want to do things different from the way that we're done when I'm growing up. You know, like I just desire to create a life for myself and my children that we do not have to heal from, okay? Granted, life happens and we go through things, but baby, I am the one making this choice for the long run when it comes to my kids. Period. And even though it ain't the most favorable, the process, baby, is so worth it. So very worth it. Also, I love cabbage, y'all. This is a little off topic, but I love cabbage. Ooh, I love it. Man, purple cabbage is also really good for you. We're gonna let that like simmer down a little bit and season it. Hold on. Some pepper. Garlic powder. Some onion powder. And y'all, this right here, oh my gosh, I love. Shout out to Auntie Tab, okay? Shout out to Auntie Tab. I absolutely love this. And I have been trying to find this everywhere, but I found it in Dallas. Period. It was like, welcome home, boo. And I love this. It's like the perfect season for everything. Oh, it smells so good. Don't let that cook down. In all honesty, hold on. Woo. There we go. yeah, in all honesty, like, the only thing that I can say right now at this point in my life is how grateful I am. Like, it's wild. It's wild. And when you get to talking about like being God's favorite or favor and all those things, you get to realizing like it's from a place of your sanity, like your peace of mind. The things that I done been through and experienced, the average person will lose their fucking mind. That's what I think. And another thing too, I kind of tend to go through things in private. That's just my way, or at least that's been my way. Like, cause I don't feel the need to. I don't know. I just always have felt like my own savior. Like I feel like it's me and God. And granted, I have again emphasis on my support system, my friends, my family, like the people that love me. I have a great support system, but also I'm just silence be the answer for me in a lot of situations, and really getting into meditating and really getting into sitting with myself and taking accountability and just, you know, that's been my go-to. Allowing God to have the wheel, because I mean my way ain't always the best way, but I bet you God way better. And it's so crazy too. Well, it ain't crazy. Considering the fact that, like, anything that I'm planned, I feel like God just laughed at it like, girl, that was cute. That was funny. That was cute. That was cute, but I got something else for you. I got something better than that. That's what my life been. And the point I'm at right now, like of stillness in almost every aspect of my life, I'm just finding myself sitting in that and not trying to, go against it or, I don't know, fight it. It's just like I'm letting stuff be. I just have to let it be. Pride aside, all that, like, I ain't even drink my water. Hold on. Pride aside, I just been letting stuff be. And it's so crazy because my motto for a long time has been, it is what it is. And God said, oh, it is what it is, stand on it. Okay, bet, stand on it. That's what it's been. And baby, I've been having to do just that. Stand on it. Oh, this smells so good. It's about to taste even better. Yeah, y'all. Baby, my advice to anybody right now at this point in life, tap in with God, okay? Tap in with God. Tap in with God. Y'all, I also have a confession. The other day I was sitting and I was thinking, like, I be going from one thing to the next. Like, in this setting, I've been focused on what I'm doing right now. But, like, when I was just drinking my water, I picked it up and I ain't even drink it. Sometimes I be thinking, like, do I got ADHD? And I be having a hard time focusing sometimes. I'm just being real. Club Candid, okay? I'm being real. Sometimes I be having a hard time focusing. But I'm working on it. I might have a little ADHD, but that's cool. That's cool. It's just a little label. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so good. So that's my cabbage, and I'm gonna pair it with this rice. It's amazing. And I think I'm gonna put some black beans with this. I eat in a unique way, you know, like I don't know, I just eat in a unique way. Like, you know, if I was to eat this around, like, anybody, any of my friends, anybody, they be like, okay, what's the meat? And I don't be needing the meat. I'm not vegan, I'm not vegetarian. Like, I still be eating meat, but I just don't even be needing the meat. Be like, I'm okay with this. Yeah. Oh, also something else that's been on my mind is like my presence on social media or my presence anywhere in the world. Like how I used to just always throw that on Instagram. That ain't me no more. Okay? It was a hobby, something that I really enjoy doing in the privacy of my own home. Like I literally used to be at home. Like my son, dad, or him and my son used to be in the other room. I used to be in the bathroom. Whenever I got to shower, I was in the bathroom throwing ass. That was my therapy. That was my thing. And then when I started sharing it, like when I started doing it publicly, people have attached that to my identity. Like, that is not all I am, is shaking a little ass. Like, granted, I like to dance. Like, I love a good little 1-2, you know, like, I love to move. But, baby, it's so much more to me than just that. And I had to just kind of set that boundary and separate that on Instagram because, again, I'm stepping into a new life. This is a new life that I'm in right now. And that part of me is just not as prevalent in this life as it has been in my previous lives. And so, yeah, that's that. And like I archived almost everything on Instagram. Well, all my posts on Instagram, I archived them because, again, new life. It's just, that's what it is. And I got to thinking, like, my son is getting older, well, wiser, and more aware. And when my son is like in school and my son is doing all these things, I'm not only a representation of myself, but I'm a representation of him too. And I think about that. It's like, even from the way that I dress, or like the way I present myself, any way that I move, I think about that. Like, at first I used to think about that. I didn't factor that, but now I do. And yeah, that's why I'm not like little miss. Granted, I still do it. It's still a great thing of mine, you know, like a great character trait. It's a great exercise for me. It's still a great source of therapy and healing for me because, baby, it's all in the hips, okay? I still utilize that. I'm grateful to be able to move my hips. But new life. Stick with me, okay? New life. Like, and it made me think why all the stuff that I wanted to do with twerking and stuff, it just didn't work out. Like, it just didn't stick. Or it didn't make me, I don't know, it was just something in me that wasn't, I don't know. And it ain't even a thing about, like, what people think of me. It's more so, again, it's a self thing. Like, that just ain't my vibe. I'm gonna keep it exclusive. That's where I'm at with it. Like, it ain't even got nothing to do with nobody else. Like, it's just, it's all me, literally. It ain't even no me versus me thing. It ain't me versus nobody, cause I ain't in no type of battle. No, I'm not no more. It's not progressive, you know? Like, there's no point in battling. No point in that at all. It's just, it is what it is. It is what it is. That was an interesting sound. Yes, I look forward to showing up in this space more. And again, I'm keeping this as raw and uncut as possible, in the sense of the topics, like transparency, all that good stuff, without being too hard or focusing on the outcome. That has crippled me a lot. Like, feeling like the only way I can show up in this space is if things are perfect, or, you know, like feeling like stuff got to be a certain way before I can post, or before I can do. No, just do it. I don't know who needs to hear this. Just do it. Do the thing. Open your mouth. Speak up. Show up. Be you. Okay? And speaking of being you, another thing I've been focusing on is authenticity. Baby, it ain't nobody like you, okay? It ain't nothing like you. So you gotta stand on it. And during these times in the world where we are easily influenced, stay true to yourself. Stay true to yourself, because it's tricky out here, baby. It's tricky. Stay in your magic. Stay in your magic. Because just think. I already said this previously, but it's nobody in the world that I want to be like. It's nothing in this world that I would change. Like I don't want to be in nobody else's shoes. I don't want to have nobody else have in their way. Like I just don't want what's being sold to me as a woman in these spaces. Like I don't want it. I don't want it. I am not here, especially in this space. I'm not here to influence nobody, baby. I'm here to inspire you. And if you don't ever feel inspired by my presence or whatever, baby, step away. But apply that to anything, in all honesty. Like, if you don't feel inspired, move around, shift some shit, because the time of influence is just, in my opinion, it's just no substance to, I don't know. Like, I just want to embody all the things that I share with other people. That's it. Like, I'm just being me and I'm sharing my life in the most authentic way so that my experiences can inspire and enhance the lives of others, because we all have a lot more in common than we think. Like, a lot of us go through the same things. It just may look different, you know? But we go through the same things. And it's so crazy because one of my homegirls the other day was talking about that on Instagram. How your story or like your life could be the thing for somebody else. Like your presence, you just speaking up and showing up and, you know, again, being authentic, being vulnerable, being you in this world full of things that are just of no substance. You could change somebody's life just by using your voice, just by using what God gave you, which is your experiences. So stand on it. Stand in that. Like, that's where I'm at. And the time that I like stepped away from social media, it was for me getting out of comparison mode again and really tapping in with myself so that once I do show up in this space, I won't be confused as to what is and what ain't. Okay? And I think it's really important for all of us to step out of the digital world and really be in real life and sit in your stuff, okay? Because just think, social media is so loud. Like, you got all these different perspectives. You got all these opinions. You got all these things that it can cloud your own personal judgment. It can cloud your perspective and have you thinking that you're supposed to be doing something that really ain't even for you, to be honest. Like, a lot of stuff don't even be for you that you think it is. Like, most times we want stuff just because other people got it. Most times we want stuff because it's cool or it's trending. I say we because I'm speak collectively. I ain't gonna act like I ain't a part of the collective or the community. It's all about accountability, because I've been there, you know. I used to think, it was a lot of stuff that I used to think that I wanted, that when I like saw it or got a glimpse of it, I'm like, what? Hell no, I don't want that. For real. And I have taken emphasis or importance off of so many material things. And I realized, like, even with the term rich, like, I took on that name for myself because I'm rich in spirit. I'm rich in wisdom. I'm rich in love. I'm rich in joy. I'm rich in health. I'm rich in so many other ways because we have been sold that rich has something to do with materials. Like, that's not the only way to be rich. And granted, I'm rich in all ways. And I always remind my son of it. Like, he'll always say, you know, like he when he play his game, he buy this big mansion. He have all these cars and helicopters and all type of stuff. He always be like, yeah, I'm so rich. Like, Mom, we rich, we rich, we rich. He always talk about that. And I'm like, you already rich. Or, you know, he would just say, speak in the sense of something that is not here yet. But now he's changed it to just saying, like, we rich. Like, we're rich in health. And that's another thing that's an underrated blessing. To be rich in health and have great health and sound mind and able body in these times, baby, come on now. Come on. Underrated blessing. Underrated blessing. So yeah, baby. All in all, I say shift your perspective and find something to be grateful for, no matter what it is. Find you something to be grateful for. Please. Before you get to complaining, before you get to, oh, this is beautiful. Look at this. It's heavy. It's so cute. Look at her. Y'all see that? Hold on, there you go. Look at that. I love eating my colors. And whoa! This one of the ones right there. I'm gonna put a little hot sauce on her. Yeah. It's gonna be so good. Perfect. Eat this little piece thing. Stop playing, baby. Here's my meal. Thank you, God. Bless this food. Amen. 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 All right, let's see. Shoot. I'm not about to eat this on camera. My fork falling was me saying I sit and enjoy your food, okay? And that's what I'm about to do. So, I will see y'all in the next episode. Stay in your lane, mind your business, baby, and do your thing, okay? All love. And happy Mother's Day again. This the best hood. Ain't no hood like this hood, okay?